Hi Libra, it's Mary with Seer. Thanks for stopping by. This is your weekly tarot, and this is for September 8th through the 15th. I hope you're doing well. I don't know about you, but I haven't really been myself lately. It's like my mind's all over the place, and it's like the creative thing is off the chart, but I know it's supposed to be, so that's cool. But I don't know, it's like I'm not the same person I was a week ago, and I'm not sure how that is, but I'd like to know if anybody else feels that way. So, I did the first three signs. I did three of the signs, and I think I'm going to redo them because they're not really tapped in. And so we're going to try to tap in. And this one is going to be like, what do we need to know in this month is a really like catalyst month. It's huge changes, like big truths, and I don't know if you're following the whole awakening thing, but it's big. So basically, I'm looking for the guidance that it's kind of, if a relationship comes up, that's great, but it's beyond that. You feel that, don't you? Okay, so we're going to do two of the angel and ancestor cards. We have the shapeshifter. The shapeshifter talks about transforming and unveiling your gifts. See, that's it. That's it. You know what I went into? I went and bought a keyboard today, and I'm going to learn how to play music, because somewhere in me is somebody that knows how to write music and songs, and I do poetry. But back to you. Second one is sage. So this is be devoted and committed. Okay. So those are some pretty good cards. So those are. Let me know if that's what you're feeling also. Okay. Committed to what? That's a question. What do you feel like you should be committed to? Raising the vibration of the planet. Then we have spark. Okay. And then we're going to do a couple of mente cards, because tarot will give you some stuff, and it'll give you people coming back and this and that, and we know they're going to come back because they have to make amends, right? Because there's if you're been following this whole timeline thing, we know that there's a lot of people that are going to be coming back, and it's like, well, do we take them back? What do we do? What do you feel like is the right thing for you? If you go back to like codependence, is that the right thing for you? Only you can answer that, right? So I respect the property of others. And I am accepting. And you know what I'm going to do on this? I'm going to grab the books, and I'm going to just keep you with me, because I want to just skim over the information, because there's so much going on, Libra. So we're going to start with, so sorry. I'm going to start with Spark is 34. And this is the enchanted map, okay? And it says you are a clear channel for divine creativity. There's that creativity thing again, remember? So, so they're saying there's a spark of creativity in us, and we have every reason to move on with optimism and hope. That we're inspirations ourselves, and we need to allow life to show its beauty through us, as creating with the universe. It says this is the perfect time to give birth to an idea, starting a relationship, a job, or begin any endeavor. Attraction is as high as you connect with others who can co-create joyous experiences and join you in expressing the finer aspects of life. Watch a spark turn into a flame, and stoking that fire is a gratifying activity. So it's about finding your passion and working with other people with it, okay? So, that's pretty cool, huh? Okay, and so let's look at the shapeshifter and the sage. So the shapeshifter, I mean, I've read this a lot of times, but I just want to make sure we have all the information because this is like a critical time. And a lot of the readings that I've been looking at are a lot of the relationships, and it's more than that because I haven't been in a relationship in a while because I don't think I'm supposed to be right now. And so to hear this over and over, the same people coming back, it's just not really what's going on in my life, and I need something different, So, okay, so that's transforming and unveiling your gifts, right? It says take the time to focus on developing your gifts and strengths. So a native tradition shapeshifter is either an animal that has a capacity to change between species or a shaman who has a capacity to transform into an animal and go journey, go on a journey. If it is a wild animal you are particularly drawn to or fascinated by, it's probably because you can transform into one in one of your meditations and practice to let go, exploring other worlds. So when you shift into animal form, you can see the world through different eyes and tap into that animal's survival skills to help you through a particular situation. Wow. Okay. That's really interesting. So it says you may have been through many challenges and lows, but now you're in a space of transformation. You are moving beyond your past challenges and honing your current strengths. There are opportunities for you to discover and rediscover the gifts and talents that you were born with and born to share. There we go again. Your talents to share. All of your past experiences have only helped you see how strong you really are. You are an amazing soul who can change and transform in ways that people least expect. Libra. You have many talents that you will share in your lifetime. You are guarded to stay focused on the light, knowing that it will guide you forward. When this card arrives, there is an opportunity for you to tap into the power of your spirit animal. Note that if you're seeing a particular animal regularly, it may be because medicine is coming to you. So that's like magic is coming. All right, that's interesting, huh? So let's look at the sage now. I know that slows it down a bit. It's not as intuitive, but right now, these are, I think it's important to slow down and look at it through the different eyes, right? Like the animal's eyes or like the oracle card's eyes. Like how these were intended. The intention is important. At least I think it is. I'm just looking for the sage here. So, okay, so be devoted and committed. So it says, be willing to go the whole road and back again. This will allow you to be the best you can possibly be. I think these challenges that we're going through right now is to make us better, stronger, more creative, and just to break all the old programming. I truly do. And it's like brain scrambling, but it's so incredibly freeing also. It's crazy. The sage represents the wise one within. When the card arises, it shows that you are preparing to become a great and insightful teacher to your peers. Probably already are. It guides you to take notes as a wandering yogi on this card because your knowledge and life experiences can impart incredible insights to those whom you come into contact. This card is also about observation and becoming more aware of who you are and all of your inner workings, because that awareness can bring more clarity to your decisions. Devotion is a powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. Your continued dedication to this aspect in your life has been recognized, and you are understanding that you are not only a body, but a soul is all you need to continue growing and expanding. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now, and it is important for you to take some time to integrate it all so you can be supported and guided by it. Spiritual guidance. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to share those teachings one day also. Isn't that cool? All right. Very nice. So let's look at, we're going to go into the Amente book. So let me just go over here. Okay. So I respect the property of others is this one. These are really cool. This is a really cool book too. They're not numbered, so it's a little bit tricky how to get to all the cards. You kind of have to look them up. Okay, this is number 4. So this card is actually number 4. And it says, the word property has multifaceted layers of interpretation. It can define a quality or trait belonging to another person, an effect that an object has or another object has on someone's senses, something that is owned or possessed, or a virtue. Property. So this can be how I speak, it can be my actions, it could be the way I am, the way others are, something like that, or actual property, right? In viewing the notion of respecting the property of others is an idea to embody. Looking at the layers of the word can assist you in getting to the root of its spiritual context. The properties we possess spiritually, mentally, physically, or emotionally, and the properties we own are two sides of the coin. As the inner spirit reflects the outer world, what manifests and what we surround ourselves with in the sensory space are a direct reflection of the invisible intrinsic force within us. Woo! Did you get that? By the same token, we also reap what we sow. So every action, inaction, good deed, or use of poor judgment will find us in time. In embodying the ideal of respect, we are reminded of the first ideal to honor virtue. In particular, its pillar of prudence. By maintaining a balanced heart and mature mind, we are called to respect the property of others, because there is no other, and as we respect the inner outer effects of one another, this good karma reflects right back to us. And that's a hard one, especially when you're like healing from an ex or whatever. I'm there, man. I'm just. By practicing good judgment and exercising reason, we are reminded to see the properties of each individual from both a metaphorical and a literal perspective as a resonant song within our life symphony. Wow. And other is anything other than other. There is no separation, save for the illusion of the material world. There is no separation. You see? Because we are all woven in the same fabric and all of our energies intermingle. A respectful person is a virtuoso of virtue, as you are confident in divine providence and being a trustworthy friend to all. You live in alignment with honesty in all of your decisions. So, as within, so without, as above, so below. What is around us is a direct idea of what is within us, right? Okay. So I am accepting. Okay, that's card number 31. Okay. So, in all of life's uncertainties, one absolute certainty remains. Although we live, we shall also die. As we wake, we shall also dream. The only permanence is impermanence, and by accepting this noble truth, we can find the splendor in being. Ancient Egyptian mystery schools, the Commissions in particular, emphasize this idea in many of their teachings, finding reverence in the star Sirius as a beacon of life to remind us of the accepting of the cosmic choreography of flux. The Egyptians observed how the star would link into the west and disappear from the evening sky, hidden from sight for 70 days before emerging into the east in the morning, rising to shine yet again. Death was referred to as westing and seen as a doorway to another possibility, a portal of potentiation. The popular yet ancient Lord's Prayer is a practice as a Christian form of communion with the divine, but in its native tongue, the Aramaic and alchemical meaning can be found, especially in relationship to I am accepting. So there's all different versions of all these different different races that talk about the way to say this. Oh, brother, father, mother of cosmos, you create all life that moves in light. Focus your light within us, make it useful. As the rays of a beacon show the way. Create your reign of unity now through our fiery hearts and willing hands. Your one desire then acts with ours, as in all light, so in all forms. Grant what we need each day in bread and insight, subsistence for the call of growing life. These are all different kind of they're like different types of people. I've never even heard of some of these, but they're examples of what the different types of people use, like the Lord's Prayer. Okay, so acceptance. In the modern world, death is something evocative of sadness, grief, and mourning. Our relationship to an end is perhaps so feared because it is the very nature of current culture and is so deeply rooted in attachment. Beyond death in the physical sense, even the notion of ego death, letting go of the fears that cripple and bind us to lower worlds, perpetuates nebulous thinking patterns, leaving us paralyzed from becoming the cosmic expression of life that we are truly destined to be, in passing through and out of life. So it's almost like the big lesson here is to not attach to anything, to allow anything. Not to be attached to what other people do, but only what we do. Because if we're eternal, what does it matter? But it matters, but it doesn't. And who we think we are is in no way who we really are. That don't boggle your mind. Wow. A lot of stuff. Right? When the sun sets, let us not mourn its temporary slumber while the moon shines in its place. The sun shall rise again when the morning comes. Ebb and flow are the nature of the universe, the cosmic tides of life force washing away metaphorical sandcastles we build with the attention and action we put into the architecture of our lifetime. Our memories are a mandala, and although they may eventually find their exhalation and expiration in the physical sense, the imprints of beauty placed into our consciousness never go away if we nurture what has passed by, honoring the past, and allowing it to transform into its greater iteration. Our invisible spirit is in an immortal state of constant change, and in honoring the idea of acceptance, we can let go of expectation as we accept our incandescent nature and honor it by bringing heaven to earth. As we journey from earth to heaven, focusing our light and beautifying all. This is bringing the creativity and beauty out of yourself. And that's how we give to others and accept others. If we're so happy that we're bringing it out of ourselves, then we're not going to be as distracted with micromanaging everybody else. Interesting, right? So, those are some heavy things to think about. But this is heavy times. You know? Really heavy times. I'm going to just do a few cards to kind of a little bit focus, you know, Libra, a little bit more focus, and that's about it. You can let me know what you think. But I just think that maybe it's time we start going a little deeper on what's really going on within us. It's just not about the relationships and who's coming back and who's mad and who's not and all of this. It's so much deeper than that. At least it feels that way to me. At least it feels that way to me. Because it's almost like I need a different kind of guidance than that. Okay, so we've got the Tower. We have the Devil. Libra, what are you doing? No, we have the Five of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the Nine of Swords reversed. So, if we were to integrate what's really going on within us and what we're being asked to do by the divine, you know, our higher selves, our ancestors and all that, then our lives maybe they're getting shaken up so we can think about everything. And maybe the Tower's coming in and just getting rid of, I don't know, just freeing you of like your job or your relationship. And it might be just to get you back to who you are. Because I'll tell you what, that kind of stuff really got me back to where I am. And I keep coming back to a new place. I keep rebuilding it and going, whoa, whoa, whoa. So every Tower, every week, or twice a week, or whatever it is, it's like the changes are really happening pretty fast. So, here's the Tower. Here's to the faulty foundation. And the beliefs of what we built our society on. And that is so much more. There is no us and them. It's all us. It's all us. You see? It's all us. And when we heal ourselves, we heal everyone. And when we point the finger back at ourselves and we say, I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to have peace here. That's a good start. Because we don't have to know. All we have to know is what we want and what makes us happy. And peace makes me happy. And you guys are about balance, so I'd imagine you got something similar going on. So, we have the Devil. It's identifying the things that are holding us back. The Tower comes down to identify what's holding us back, to make us look at what the hell's going on. This is the Five of Swords, so we can look at why are we doing it? Why are we battling? Why are we battling each other? Why are we battling politics? Why are we battling in wars? What's really going on here? Why are we getting caught up in this? I don't do a lot of politics, but I just mean families, all of it. Why are we battling any of it? Why aren't we just working our own plan? Right? Page of Swords, what's the truth here? What's the truth of our lives? What is the truth? And when are we going to release what's tormenting us? When are we going to release the things that we think we're supposed to control? Because maybe that's just not true anymore. So, Nine of Swords reverse is when you're like you can't sleep because you've got all this stuff going on. I'll tell you, I had one of those nights, and it was felt kind of negative, so that's why it's reversed. But it also can mean getting back to where you're letting this go. So it can mean, it depends on where it's at in the reading. So it could be you're still thinking about stuff and you're not sure, is this negative or not? But there doesn't have to be a negative and positive. It just has to be, does this work for me or not? Right? Is this in my best interest or not? And if somebody comes back into your life, because we hear people are coming back to make amends or whatever, how does it make you feel when you think about talking to them again? Does it make you feel happy, or does it make you feel stressed and manipulated? Just a thought to ponder. So, we can do one more card here. I just really want to slow things down and really look at a different focus. And I hope you're okay with me reading out of the book, because there's a lot of stuff in there that we just don't get otherwise, you know? So, now this one is to confront your opposite polarity. So this is Art Through the Eye of the Soul Oracle. Really cool. This is Encounter in Westman's Woods. So let's see if I can find that book real quick. Be able to find that one for us. I think I have that one right now. Oh, darn it. Okay, let me see. I'm going to put you right here while I go find it. So thanks for waiting there. I'm kind of embarrassed because I didn't find it. It's been a while since I looked at the book, but we'll just go intuitive on this one. And you know, I try to be organized, but I'm a really creative person. I mean, really creative, and it's not easy. So, and I'm just, we do the best we can. What are you going to do, right? So I hope that's okay with you. But confronting your opposite polarity. So if you consider yourself a do-gooder, I always try to do good. It may be time to consider. Here's an example. I'm really seeing my dark side and how I allowed that to get out lately. I mean, maybe in the last 5 years, or we'll just take 5 years. And how I lie to myself and say that I'm not like that, and you pick out what other people do, but I got a good dark side going. And I need to confront that. I need to be honest about that. And I need to be honest about what things that maybe I could be drawn as addictive, like chocolate sundaes, but more than that. Certain types of behavior, controlling behavior, trying to fix other people because it's just want to see people happy, I say, but it's an attachment, you see. So that is being honest about your opposite polarity. Maybe you feel like you're a light worker, but we don't always have the light. We're not always working the light. You know what I mean? So, let me know what you think. And there really is, it's just about what we need to do to stay in the moment, because staying in the moment and enjoying and being creative is how we shift the world into this better place where we're all on the same page. It's not about just, I'm no better than you. Well, there is no better, but I just mean everybody's individual. And we're not these carbon copy stamps trying to fit into this packaging that doesn't fit all of us. In fact, it doesn't fit any of us, because we're all individual. And you, Libra, are amazing, as we all are. So, I hope this helps. Have a great week, okay? See ya.